the tea that should be mine. Welcome back to a wonderful review of a wonderful Precure, and today we get into MeyMey. I honestly kind of went into this episode with lower expectations, but I also remembered that in Delicious Party, episodes that centered around Rosemary were actually pretty solid. Though I will say I prefer the method that Delicious Party had where it was Rosemary paired with a specific character and they kind of matched up with almost every single girl. This one, it's kind of MeyMey ambiguous. There is some love for Mayu and then there's some love for Satoru. But overall, I think the writing for this episode was pretty solid for something that is more of a skippable episode. But I think it does add value again to people who like MeyMey and people who want the team to feel like a team. This episode does what it needs to do. And also, the real winner of this episode, for me personally, are these sets. Oh my god, look at MeyMey's little adorable house, this little hut thing going on. And of course, we see the best character in the franchise, T. Still, they push this product so much in this episode. What do you mean this is not on sale yet? Like, why are these not? This is the mid-season cure for me. Cure tea confirmed. I already got a cure noble. If I get a cure tea, we've done it all. We've made it. The noblest tea is here. But like, look at the garden. It's so pretty. And they're even like, don't worry, we will not forget the water either. Like, this is like so... The other thing that other series tend to do is have these really cool places in the series that we just don't really spend a lot of time in. I really liked the setting for Doki Doki, and I like the setting for Go Princess, for example. I like the kingdoms, and both of those, we spent like 0 time there. So I'm really glad that Hodoguru Sky has kind of been changing that more, because even Cook Kingdom, we didn't spend a lot of time. We spent a lot of time in the Delicious Field, but Cook Kingdom we didn't go to a lot, but Skyland, we spent so much time in Skyland. They really developed it, and here we get the beauty of Nico Garden because you have all the fun to do these really cool fantasy, like, environments. I'm obsessed with how pretty the Nico Garden is. And of course, we get past what is going to be, technically speaking, the most, like, important hurdle in this episode, which is introducing Mayu to MeyMey. Which, honestly, he took it really well. Like, he's just like, Dame! And that was about it. Like, he got over it pretty quickly. So shout out to him not being, like, he didn't go nuclear. He got more mad at the beginning of the franchise. Like, if this is the worst we got, I'm like, MeyMey is pretty tolerable. MeyMey is fussy, but, like, they definitely do not give him a lot of room to be actually for reals angry or upset. They keep his emotions pretty, like, they cap it out for better or for worse, and I think that works for this episode, and I think that works for MeyMey's character, like him being somebody who's just got like a lot of anxiety, but at the same time it's not to a overly detrimental point. It's more of like sad TM than it is angry TM. I'm fine with that. We don't need another angry male character, to be completely honest. I also love that they all just go into the trunk and Yuki just witnessed it and she's like, what? Hello? Bring Mayu back? Oh, it's also cute that she got sad. Also, the other thing that they make sure to do, which is just something that they don't always do in a lot of the series, is that they are trying to market the Kiradine animals. They want you to buy Kiradine animal merch. But one thing that makes it fairly hard to do that, or like why kids may not care at all, is that they're just like cute designs but no personality. I like that we spend some time this episode, like in an episode where we finally get to take a break. We kind of get a little bit of a personality. There's not like a lot of personality from each of them, just because at this point there are quite a few of them. But we get to see how cute they are. Also, I did not realize that they have wings on their backs. I also am dumb and did not realize, because I complained about this, or I pointed it out a couple episodes, was that I didn't realize that all of them, when they turn back into their animals, don't have just jewel-shaped headpieces. They're all unique. I'm a little goofy silly about that. I was like, oh, I didn't realize. I guess it's just because like the heart and the sun were kind of like low-key, but the bear, I was like, that one looks funky. They're all different shapes, and I'm just blind, so apologies for me just being blind. Makes more sense that it's supposed to be like a flower. I do love the council of Kiradine animals and how dramatic this got. Like, this shot is a little intense for just like no reason. I love the comedy of it. I also love that they're so bad at hiding a secret, that this is their method to hiding the secret. I also like that MeyMey was perceptive that they were having a party. Like, he seems to be like that level of maturity that he should be for his position, because normally they kind of like make it ambiguous about how old these characters are. But MeyMey really is kind of like this grandpa character who seems to be fairly aware of what's going on and what people's preferences are, at least in terms of the garden that he's supposed to be overwatching. I also love that, like, one of the best parts of MeyMey is his level of sincerity, where he sits there and does acknowledge that oh, wait a second. Like, as much as I want this party to celebrate my existence and, like, you know, people are giving back for how cool I am, he does, like, take the time to be like, I'm a little mad that there's a gotta do causing problems right now, but, you know, work is work. And so he's pretty proactive in trying to deal with it. To the point where everybody else is like, yeah, let's go. We get a slight, like, 5 seconds of Nyami, which I think they just try to remind us that she exists. Like, be like, oh, well, she, you know, witnessed this stuff. And also, I like, because we're getting to see more of it, because we've already gotten a little bit of information in terms of how she feels about Mayu, or the reveal that we're gonna get towards her feelings to Mayu from the descriptions of future episodes. But I like how much she genuinely is like, Mayu's mine. Mayu is my girl. I don't know, I'm so not used to characters with her archetype actually caring about other people, or actually being good at expressing that they care about other people. They're usually very, like, it's not quite tsundere, but I feel like she's gonna be very blatant about how much she cares about Mayu once the time comes. Also, I will put this out here because there's no sense in theorizing about it anymore. For anybody who has read the episode titles, we do now have confirmation on what episode we are getting Lillian. I am not going to spoil it by any means, but I do want to put it out there that we do know when she's showing up. And we do have an idea of where this is going. As well, if people have not seen, they have officially announced the items for Nyami and for Lillian. So if anybody has not seen those and they had an interest in seeing those are floating around. We do now see the items, which again, I'm just for the sake of being nice, I will not spoil what those are. We have MeyMey once again. I love that they combine both him being very selfish in this situation, being like, I want to go back to my party, but also being like, I know enough about the Kyodine animals that he actually is able to really kind of help out with this fight, for which we were not really doing a lot trying to chase down this deer. He's like, I know the deer's favorite snack, and I don't know how to handle this. He also goes like in Kirby mode and just like hoofs up and like really commands the battle. Like, he does such a good job. Like, shout out to MeyMey for, you know, being absolved of taking damage. MeyMey's the mid-season confirmed. I also just like this one. It's goofy. It's a goofy little expression. I love these two. Also, MeyMey got purified and got shoujo eyes. This is so funny. Meh. It's a good episode. Like, honestly, I tend to be someone who gets very easily bored with skippable episodes, but this was cute. This was adorable. I was really here for it. I like that we're getting to know MeyMey, and I like MeyMey contributing. Back to the backgrounds, though. Like, this whole sequence was next level. Like, them setting up, I thought when they were gonna do the party, we were just gonna, like, you know, have another set of, like, treats and we were gonna have some tea. I did not realize we were gonna get a Nico Garden night scene with these beautiful, gorgeous lights that they're throwing around. We get this kind of post-golden hour outlook on the background. It's just gorgeous. And then we see like all the Kyodine animals just kind of intermingle with the girls. Again, just reminding us to the audience that these are more than just, at least in terms of characterization, are more than marketable plushies. Also, shout out to the food. The food is cute. I do like food. I also love, I just did not realize that the Kyodine animals had these little wings and they're very cute. And of course, we see our girl, the tea. The tea that should be mine. When do I get to buy a tea set? Please. Away. You can't tease me with this. Normally in other seasons they do have things like cups or drinks or stuff. But maybe it's because it's always connected to a baby character and the tea is not connected to a baby character and that's why we're not getting it. I don't know. I'm a little salty about my tea. We do have that cute moment where MeyMey inevitably realizes that this party was not really for him. It was for the Precure, since the Precure are responsible for purifying the Kyodine animals and they wanted to give back for that. But at the same time, they're also like, we would not have been able to do this without MeyMey. And then Satoru coming in for the comfort, because Satoru, again, thus far Satoru is the character that is capable of picking up on those vibes and fulfilling that role, which is nice. Still think that's worthy of being a part of the team and being a cure, because we don't have any cures that do that. I kind of wish, though, a little bit that this was Mayu who was able to comfort him, but I get that Satoru and him are closer buddies. But Mayu did contribute in the episode in the sense that she really wanted to help out. Like, the way for her to kind of feel like she's part of the team and contribute and not, like, you know, ease the burden that MeyMey feels is to help out. And she acknowledges that MeyMey is way too good at his job. I mean, MeyMey teared up here, and as did I, seeing the little fawn come up with the picture. I love, like, I don't know if I could guess which Kidanian animal drew what. I don't know if it's obvious, but this is hilarious. I absolutely love, like, the effort. I also wonder, to a degree, if these drawings, I wonder if they were done by people in the office, or these are, like, fan drawings of MeyMey sent into MeyMey. But, yo, shout out to the one person who's like, I know how to draw. They're like, don't worry, I'll be the center. And then just another shot, like, look at this, so pretty. It's so, I can't. The backgrounds are so nice. And then it's not just a pretty background, we actually use the setting. I really, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. The Nico Garden, even when they, like, had one little PNG of it on the website when they first launched for this series before it aired, I was like, I'm already in love with the Nico Garden. I think it's really pretty. And the fact that we've spent time in it is so nice. I hope they keep doing this. And overall, it's just a genuine, like, fun, sweet little episode. And it just makes us feel more like a team. MeyMey definitely, kind of like Daifuku, is in and out of some episodes. And is usually there just for comic relief. But it's nice to sit here and have the character be acknowledged as kind of being the competent backbone of at least some part of the team. In this case, just being like the Nico Garden. After all, without him, the Kidanian animals wouldn't help us with power-ups. Nonetheless, that basically wraps up this episode. We will move into the next one next week. Overall, it's a fun little episode. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you find it to be a little bit of a skippable episode, or did you find value in getting to know MeyMey and, you know, seeing how competent he is behind the scenes? Let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!